after a long hiatus, basically just a week off, but still, after a long hiatus, we are back once again with, of course, the Bunker Underground. And with that, hello everyone, I am Infinity with Reality Skewed Gamers, host of the Bunker Underground. We are still missing the lovely McVenom. Hopefully one day she will be gracing us with her presence again, because we've missed McVenom. That's all I can say. Right? And I am joined by Mako.
What's up?
How are you doing, Mako?
I'm doing pretty good.
So, we don't have a whole lot to talk about today. There hasn't been actually, weirdly enough, there hasn't been a whole lot going on since our departure. We'll talk about a few things, just in general. But yeah, in the meantime, for those of you that are in the chat, you guys can make sure to type something in the chat, and we will, of course, have fun and shout you out. We will have some, hopefully, lively discussions. But really, it's been in some ways kind of disappointing. I'll tell you, Mako, that one of the nice things when we were doing this, like in August, right, was it felt like every week there was some kind of developer feedback. It might have even been just minor stuff, but there was some developer feedback. Hello, Eric B, and hello, Feminist Sexy Wolf. How are you both? Glad to have you both here. But yeah, there was always like some kind of update, even as little as it was. I always appreciated them putting something in the developer feedback. We have not had a developer feedback in almost a month. The last developer feedback was August 27. So that was like almost a month ago. So my concern is I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I kind of miss it. I don't know about you. I kind of miss the developer feedback.
Yep, it was really helpful getting them to explain what was actually going on instead of us trying to have to figure it out as we go.
Mm-hmm.
With some of these events for the anniversary event, it was like, okay, what are we doing here? And then they realized that they were time limited or number limited. So you guys did your 5 events or 5 uses of it, and then it was gone. You're like, okay, where did that go? Yeah. And unless you went and looked at it, you didn't really know.
Yeah, I mean, even though like their simple posts were nice because they just told you like Yith and Migo are being updated, and that was it. But it was like, okay, we have an idea about what the developers are doing, right? And that's, I think, the biggest thing is not only details about what's coming to the game, but also we have an idea about what exactly they are working on. We know that in October, we are expecting something big, right? We're expecting whatever state migration, state merge, whatever they're coming up with here, to be in testing and ready to go in October. So they have a big deadline coming. But I still think they should at least put out something saying we are still working on the state migration and we're looking good for October. And we may even be earlier, or even if they're not earlier, they just say, whatever it is. So, I don't know. That has disappointed me a little bit. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what else they would say. That's the other thing. I don't know what else they would say with regards to, like what is going on, right? Because I don't know, there has been the anniversary stuff. They gave us a little bit of an idea back, but that wasn't really anything great, right? The post came August 27th. They said anniversary features will be released in full on September 6th. But that's it. We've had like nothing since.
Well, and then we were wondering in Law on 125, so they started Reservoir League up again.
Yes.
Their deadline for state merger was next month.
Yes.
And Reservoir League takes 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to do if they're still doing Res League and all of a sudden, oh, sorry, we can't do the October date because now you guys are doing Res League. You can't merge some of you together.
Yeah.
So we were really hoping that this we get the merge like we're supposed to, and they don't pull this stuff where, oh, we started Res League, sorry, we can't put merger in right now.
No, that's true. I was gonna bring that up. So the only thing they've been updating in their forums, right? They've updated the forums, and they have not the forums, their Discord. I call it the forums, but it's their Discord, right? They've added a few little pieces here and there, but really the only thing that they mentioned recently, since like August 27, in the game information on September 17, they said Reservoir League Season 3 will be starting soon, and below are the battle zones. So then they put the battle zones in, and they put the schedule. But you're right, like, and Eric B is saying most likely only states merging will be the 12 they pick for testing, which is still in the Reservoir League. States 1 through 60, 61 to 100, there's no gap anywhere in their battle zones. Which means even the 12 states that they're like planning on merging is going to get messed up somehow, right? You're not going to be able to, if you merge, like, I don't know if you still get to be with the people that you started Reservoir League with, even if you change it later on, maybe it like freezes that and keeps you in that group, and then you still migrate, but in Reservoir League, you're still in that group, but that would just be weird. Like, you basically might have left some of these people and now you're like playing with them again in Reservoir. So it's kind of weird, but we also have joining us now, not wearing a green shirt this week, Delete.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I am slightly late.
You're fashionably late.
I had to change my shirt because I didn't want to do the green shirt again. So, yeah, it was exciting to come in on such a really strong note as far as Res League, which they basically gave you about 2 days to finalize, because we were about to do a merge, and then it was like it really upped it, because it was like, oh, yeah, maybe we won't do it now, or we should do it right now because Res League, and we could form a stronger team. And then it was just like, it's just too much to kind of put together. But then, really kind of goes to show you that merge is literally just going to be like opening up like map walls. You're not really going to be changing your alliance. You're just going to basically see a new alliance in your territory. Is basically it is what it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's going to be anything more grandiose or, like push this button and be transported somewhere else. Doesn't seem like it's going to be any of that. Which is disappointing. Because it was like, oh, maybe we'll get a chance to be in the new game, or we'll, be on like a different, format, or something to freshen up the game a little bit. Sort of get us, not necessarily new content, just get us up to speed with everybody else.
Eric B makes a good point, though. He said the last feedback, they said they'd be locked out of events, so not sure how it's working now. That would be pretty bad. Like, if you're just because you're one of those like few states that are going to be in the merging. I know it said most events in the test states will be closed, but to miss out on Reservoir Raid, like the league, if you're actually going to like, because let's be honest, the people left in a lot of the states that are looking to merge are the highly competitive ones, right? They're the ones that likely will want to do league because they think they have a chance to kind of go through the entire chain. So to lock them out, I know it said that. And to be honest, I didn't think it would refer to Reservoir. So the only thing they said was before servers merging, most of the events in the test states will be closed. So it said most, it didn't ever specify which one. So I assumed it might have been some of the competitive ones, like maybe Survival of the Fittest, right? Because now they have the blood sport with the groups of states, so maybe that would close down, right? Or some of the other ones where now it's just like the smaller state versus state. Maybe Capital is no longer going to be a thing. Like, those were the events I was thinking. To Mako's point, this is a 3-month event. The champion is not crowned until December 23rd. So to lock these people out who are like the competitive ones out from league, if they wanted to do league and not just regular raid for 3 months, that's harsh.
That's a stinger.
Because there's more rewards in Res League than regular Reservoir Raid, because Reservoir Raid is every 2 weeks. Res League, you're every week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's double the amount of rewards you're missing out on than normal if you get locked out of this event.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric B says we do this to ourselves. I know, we ask. It's like, I'm telling you, for anyone that plays Dungeons and Dragons, you understand what I'm about to say. When you come across a genie and you make a wish, you basically need a lawyer in order to draft the wish. Because you can say, like, I want a penny to a genie, and the genie will give you a penny but empty the rest of your bank account. Like, that is the way a genie will grant your wish. Like, your wish will be granted if you do not provide additional details. So we're like, yeah, we want state mergers. Okay, well, we'll do state mergers. We'll just lock those people that want to merge out of, like, Reservoir. That could be bad. So that is unfortunate if that is the case, and if they're not locked out, then I don't know how that's going to work. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, the other thing is they announced on the 17th of this month that Reservoir League 3 is coming, and registration was on the 20th and the 21st. Like, it's not even a week notice. And honestly, this is something that happens everywhere. I can relate more recently, especially in work. Like, we have some, like, vendors that don't give updates all the time, right? Sometimes we even find things in the product that we never got, like, a release note from. And it does become difficult sometimes to adapt, because giving everybody just 2 days, I mean, even in work environments, sometimes you miss an email or something like that, like, you just don't see it. But you can follow up if you have, like, a week or a month or whatever it is. But for in this case, a week would make sense. They should have at least given us a week for sign up. And even the way it is now, there are some, like, weird, I don't know if it's necessarily bad. Like, they can't account for everything, right? Like, every country is different. But they have a Reservoir League on the 28th of November, which is basically the long Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving is on the 25th. Most people have the 26th off. So that's usually the time where people just like, okay, this is going to be my vacation kind of long weekend because I don't have to take days off. And they're gone from, like, Wednesday night until Thursday night when they return. So, sorry, Mako, you're on mute if you're saying something. I don't think Mako's talking to us. So, okay.
Probably not. Probably not.
Mm-hmm. He's probably talking to other Mako. The true Mako.
Yeah. You know, not very considerate of a lot of holidays.
But it's hard,
you
right?
know?
I don't necessarily blame them for that. It's an international game. So it's really hard to accommodate every single holiday, right? So I think a Sunday isn't necessarily the worst time they could have had around, but it is something where it is like, yeah, this is getting into that holiday time. I know, at least work-wise, I don't know if yours is the same, Delete. Every company kind of does their stuff differently, right? But I know we have accumulated work days off. We get our PTO days accumulated, and a lot of time we don't get, like, a lot of people don't use it in the early part, and then people just have accumulated days off towards the end of the year, and then they just, like, cash them in November and December because they have to use it or they lose it, and then they just go on, like, these weird holidays just over and over again. And so this is a hard time just to have an event started. And they honestly could have just waited until after the merger in order to do it. Like, I don't see the rush on why they're pushing it. It is one of their most popular events, so I'm not gonna deny that. Reservoir League and Raid is probably the best event in the game. Like, that's the thing that I think draws most alliances together in order to compete. But I don't see the need to rush when you have this, like, October timeline coming.
Yeah, I didn't see, it's like, okay, maybe they did it, the 2-day turnaround. So this way people couldn't form super teams, to kind of go ahead and trick it out. I mean, that was the only reason why I think the turnaround would be like, hey, we're doing a 3-month event in 48 hours, sign up. It just didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the timing of it doesn't really, because it's a 3-month event. All right. So it ends, right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So even that, it's even the timing there doesn't really make that much sense. So it's just weird. It's just another wonky thing that the game's doing, you know?
Yeah.
It's also been crashing a significant amount. You
I've
know, like
seen
I've got
it
to
slow.
restart probably. I've got to restart at least. I don't know. Whenever I'm running dailies, I've got to restart, and it's just like, wow. All right, so this is going on now. And it's yeah, all right. When I've got this airship that I'm really far behind in. I was like, wow, there's digs again. I was like, where did the digs come from?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't see that coming. It's just been a lot, and I haven't had the time to really play that much, you know. And to be quite honest with you, I'm still just in that mode of like, all right, let me see what's going to happen with merge before I really continue to figure out, you know, what my next step is in the game.
Yeah. So we'll have to see kind of what happens with these merge states. I think it'll be interesting to see how they handle those, with either not having Reservoir League or being in League, but somehow them working. Eric B is saying we have one tough opponent in the first round of Reservoir League since the others didn't fill their rosters. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, Sexy Wolf is saying they may not be doing that during their anniversary time. I mean, So here's the thing: they may not be putting developer feedback during their anniversary time, right? However, they are posting stuff in Facebook. They're doing like Facebook posts like every few days. Even one that I was going to bring up, which struck me, which we'll talk about here in a second. But they have been doing posts and providing things in their Facebook. You guys mentioned it. They're really trying to push that Lambo thing, which is true. They are. Yeah. But they have been putting things periodically in their Facebook. I wish they would do more with the developer feedbacks. I think the questions have more value. But okay, you know what? I'm just gonna jump into it. They posted something that to me was like, the Bunkers version is better. Okay, that was my first thought. The Bunkers version was better. If you know what I'm talking about, it'll make sense to you. They have a video that they posted, and this was on September 16th, right? So last week. They posted a video to their Facebook, and then it's a YouTube video. It is called Maddie's Story Time, where she goes through the plot of Migo. Okay? I believe we have seen this somewhere before. I believe we have seen this somewhere before.
I mean,
our leader also starts with an M. Second letter is also an A.
Apparently, they had to go get a wig on for this.
Apparently. So, we will return to the original story time of State of Survival. It is Mako story time, where Mako, I think, does a better job, actually, than Maddie, of describing what is happening with Migo and now Yith. So, Mako, you ready for an update?
Yep.
Okay. Here's the true story time.
So, we left off, and it was just after Yith started. And it was the Holy Wrath has made this giant mushroom in the sky, their deity that they worship. And they were looking at Deacon A, which is also AKA Dr. Alcott, who is Dr. Yamazaki's long-lost colleague who knows all about fungus and stuff. We actually confirmed that Deacon A is Dr. Alcott, and he's been injecting the yithomectin that we've been collecting in the Yith event into humans and making them superhuman strength. So where we are at now in Yith on like week 2 or 3, I believe, or chapter 2 or 3, we just found out that he has been injecting it in his arm, and they show it, and it's like this all muscular up, like Quagmire from Family Guy after his week long in the house.
It's Wolf. It's basically Wolf.
Wolf. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So, but it makes it, instead of looking like the infected like Wolf, it's become the skin has become tighter. It's become shinier. Like it's just become younger, is what Dr. Yamazaki calls it. And then we go on to people from the Final Hope have been defecting to the Holy Wrath. Little by little, they get more and more enamored with the Yith Mother, they call it, which is the main branch of this mushroom. And then you go into how the Holy Wrath somehow implodes. It actually skips that, but the Yith Mother explodes somehow and destroys the area around it. And then the Holy Wrath splits into two different factions. You have Deacon A's group still, and then you have the Fanatics who do blood sacrifices to help the Yith Mother grow faster and stronger. So you have a lot of the people, like the story that I've been getting into the last couple weeks for the Intel. They get onto like a battle, and all there is just a bloody knife, and they find a pool of blood, and there's a bunch of these mushrooms growing up around it. And then you find a group that literally the video I just watched for the Yith for completing the required amount for this week is a older lady standing in the middle of an altar with people around her like praising her as she slices her hand and lets it drip into this pool, and then you see the fungus grow up into it. It's getting dark. It's really weird, but I'm kind of upset because I haven't missed any of the intels yet, and there's I just reread them today because I knew we were doing Mako story time, and there's nothing in there about this Yith Mother exploding or whatever. It just all of a sudden it goes from they're worshiping the Yith Mother, and then the next thing they know that some catastrophe happened, and then after a couple of that, it talks about how it exploded. So I was kind of bummed out that there wasn't that bridge that you needed to know. It just kind of jumped and was like, okay, now we're playing catch up again. So
sounds like they're setting up for a spin-off.
I think so. So I'm thinking now they've just reintroduced Gigacorp again, and the last 5 I just got yesterday gave me the story, and Gigacorp is trying to steal the Yithimectin from the Holy Wrath, along with the people who have been injecting it and have these superhuman powers now, because they want to take all of the research so that Gigacorp can get the fame for it. And that's where we left off for me, and I am on the Yith, I only have 30 more left to get.
There you
I'm
go.
at 47 out of 75 on the last one, so
Wow.
we'll see where the story goes from here.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. There is the original. Can't be beaten by Maddie. It is story time with Mako. There you go. And hello, Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw says no respect for Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football took a longer break than I did. Thursday Night Football don't got respect for the bunker. That's what it is. It's what it is. I was only off for a week. Thursday Night Football was off for like 7 months. That's their fault. Mm-hmm. Ain't my fault. Okay, so here's what you got, Buzzsaw. Okay, are you ready for some bunker? A Thursday night party.
Oh.
We got Mako and Delete and Finn in the underground. Me and my friends are here tonight. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Buzzsaw.
This is happening.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening.
That's the original. See, they don't publicize that. That is the original song. Then they just changed it for their football purposes and Monday and all that crap. It was originally Thursday with the bunker. I'm just saying. Plus, that almost made it worth it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But there you go. So, I mean, luckily there's not like a whole lot going on, right? There is the mid-autumn stuff that's currently going on. So there's login stuff that you can get.
Who did you guys choose to paint on the airship, by the way?
Who did we pick? I don't even know. Hold on.
I went with Yamazaki. I didn't realize he was going to be that popular, though. I think he's the third most popular person.
Where is it again?
Like, yeah.
Where do you see who was picked?
You got to click on the golden.
The golden blimp. Oh, hold on. Let me go there.
And then it'll pull it up.
And you got to paint it.
And then when you go to paint it, it shows you.
Painted. Yeah, let me see who was painted. It was Becca. No, actually, no.
Yep.
We're still in the contest phase.
Oh, wow.
I'm picking Rusty.
Becca is number 1. Lucky is number 2. And Dr. Yamazaki, number 3.
I got Chef at 4.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Rusty is currently ranking number 6 for me. Let me see if I can see who all the.
Oh, Rusty's 8 for me.
Yeah, sad.
Ghost is 7. Jane 6.
Hold on. Where do you see how the other ranks are? Let me see.
You click on. There's like a little.
I see it. So Becca is 1. Lucky is 2. Actually, let me bring these up. I'll bring it up on screen here. There we go. And I can share it with you guys in Zoom too, so you can see my screen. Let me do this. Okay, so you guys should be able to see it in Zoom now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm cashing in all my paint. I haven't actually cashed in my paint. So
it'll take you like an hour.
I have it on auto. I'm not doing anything.
It's so slow.
I know, but it's on auto. I don't really care, and we're doing it during the stream, and I can look at other stuff. We are doing
Must
well, but how are you?
Brush.
I know. So Ghost would make the most sense, given that we're graffitiing. I know. So we have Becca as number 1, Lucky as number 2 by a really big margin. It's like 205,000 versus 45,000. Like it's pretty big for Lucky. Number 3 was Ghost. Number 4 is Jane. Number 5 is Maddie. Number 6 is Rusty. 7 is Sarge. 8 is Yamazaki, and 9 is Chef. Given that 1 is Becca, 2 is Lucky, 4 is Jane, I'm kind of thinking that we have a highly male population in our state. just a wild guess. I'm just a wild guess. Meanwhile, I'm picking Rusty. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Rusty is a solid call.
He is. I think he is.
He's number 8. He's number 8. Number 1 in my heart.
He is. I had to do it for Daedric. Forever, Rusty will just be Daedric in disguise. That's it.
I feel like Becca's got a lot of votes because people didn't know they could change it.
Oh,
I think she's the
yeah.
default.
Yeah. It's possible. I need to cash in some of this stuff. I haven't picked any of it.
It's literally, it's like, it's 100. Becca is winning by 150,000.
Yeah. Same thing with mine. It's crazy, the gap.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, the gap is
I don't think
nuts.
people care to change.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that is craziness. Mm-hmm.
Wait, go back, Finn.
Yeah.
Go back one screen.
On screen?
Wow, you guys' power is way up there. Ours is like skewed towards power and the bottom right.
Oh, endurance. You guys are power and endurance?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is more power and aesthetics. So, I mean, yeah. So
I mean, I wish this meant more. Because I have no idea what the hell this is. You know, and I was just like, and if the leaders in this thing are so far ahead.
So, okay, this might be awful, right? This is just my awful idea. I don't mind some of these events where it's just about having fun, right? I really wish they made it so you got less of these paint tubes and that you could actually, while it may not actually matter for the final design, you could actually get like paint and paint stuff in. Like you collect less paint tubes. So instead of like the 155 that I just cashed in, that would be the equivalent of like 5. And then 5 different times I get like a little SOS coloring book and I can get like these paint things and I can actually paint with my finger on my screen. I would easily do that. It may not matter in the long run, but if I could get a Rusty picture for me to actually paint, I would do it.
Color by numbers kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's just to have fun, right? Like, that would be kind of, like, I don't mind these kind of, like, mindless little things. You get rewards, but you just do this. Like, it would be fun just to kind of do that. So, I don't know. That's just my thought, given that I'm kind of like a 4-year-old. So, Like, give me a coloring book and something shiny. I'm distracted for like hours.
Hours upon hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I still agree with Aaron.
I mean,
Ghost makes the most sense for it because, like, I mean, Ghost is probably
he's doing all the work.
Exactly. He's going to be the one that's doing all the designing. So you're leaving him to draw Becca? Like, seriously? Becca wasn't even a hero in this game. Like, seriously. She just comes in, actually participates, and then she gets like a whole like face painted on a blimp. Just awful. I don't know what else to say. I think that pretty much covers the awfulness that is that. Bussa saying the auto is a little faster now. The auto is fast, especially when you're not paying attention and you're just having fun looking at other things. That makes it fast.
I had like 1100 because I didn't start it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I think it was like 1340, and it just 1, 2.
Yeah.
I was there. I was like, I actually can't do this.
No,
so I had to like do it while I was doing work today. I had my phone on my side while I wasn't completely paying attention to my phone. And I was like, oh, it's finally done.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay,
crazy.
Take a break. We'll take it from here. I can click faster than you're freaking using them. So I'm over here like.
Everything else is pretty quick. It's not like, it's not like the image is changing in the back either. It's not like the monsters dancing or anything like that. It's literally just like, why the attention on the screen? I don't get it.
I know. I don't understand either. Bussa, that's not nice. Seriously. Bussa saying there has to be a joke around Finn singing and him picking Rusty.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not quite the kindred spirit to Rusty as Daedric is. That'll never be the case. Mm-hmm. Let it be forever known that when we do the character Halloween thing, I was Ghost, Daedric was Rusty, McVenom was Ash, and
I was a guy that they got rid of in the game. What was his name?
Jarrett.
Yeah, Jarrett.
He's still there if you want to switch him back.
Yeah, I know.
There's no point to do it.
There's absolutely no point
Ernie,
to do it.
he's at least good for defense heroes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Zach's solid actually. Zach was a good defensive person also. But it was like his stats are so man. So I don't know. I wonder if anyone's tried to use Daryl and Wacko in place of the newest heroes. Because we got them last generation. I wonder if their skills would be better off overtaking the highest stats now.
I wonder if anybody even has enough fragments to do that, because they haven't brought Daryl or Wacko fragments back, and it costs 100 every time you want to switch them.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
When you guys get Daryl and Wacko, keep them until the next thing of heroes. It'll probably be super ungodly powerful.
Seriously.
I have my low-level troops on them, so I'm good. I need all my heroes. What value is there to me to like boosting them up? I need all my heroes. So
I just got Tyler up to 1-star. Was that major? So I have my first 5 marches are all gold heroes now.
Solid. That'll help in trap. I'll get you some faster hero gear a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't accumulated too many frags as much lately. Most of them, I've been buying Wolf, because Wolf is the one that I'm focusing on now for wall defense. So I'm accumulating Wolf to try and get him up to whatever max I can get him. So we'll see how that goes. I still have a plan. I'm working on it. It'll take a while, but we'll slowly get there.
What else? What else is in the game, huh? How's your Purify been working out, Finn? How have you? I'm doing my Purify right now. Let's see.
Okay, let's do it.
4?
Let's just see the awfulness. So here's the thing. One day last week.
+4, +3?
Yeah, one day last week, I got a +4, a +2, a +4, a 3, and then 0. I was like, that is the crazy day. The next day, +0, +0, +0, +0, +1.
Wow. Wow.
So I had one good day so far. I have had one good day. So now I can't deny that I can't have a good day. I think that was my only like more than 10 day that I've had. But let's try again. I'm going to the Purify. Okay, let's bring the screen down. Let's get it on screen here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let us see what we get with the Purify this time. So the first one, +1. Okay, so we're right on where we need to be. We need at least +1s. That keeps us on where we could have gotten if I didn't actually do well. So let's see. We have a +4. Holy crap. So unless I get 1s for everything, I should be above 10 this time. Okay, because currently we're at 7. Let's see what the next one is. We got a 1, so there's 8. Let's do the next one. +1. Yes, we're at 10. So I am officially over 10, and it's a +2. So I'm 2 over this time. This might be my first over 10 on stream. This is my first over 10 on stream. And then I'm going to cash in 10 for there we go, for my polymer. So there we go. I have done what I need to. So we are done. That's all I can say. We are done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what else did we cover? I mean, there was no developer feedback. We touched on that.
Which is sad. Yes, we did talk about that.
And then I talked about how the game's crashing left and right. And then we talked about Res League.
Hello! Aerith is now Airship Pirate. Hello, Aerith. She said, I didn't know you were on. Didn't see the reminder. I need the reminder. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get the reminder. Silly YouTube. But yeah, no. We're back now and should be. I don't think I have any Thursdays that I need to be off until like Thanksgiving at this point. So I think until Thanksgiving there's no break. I'm not streaming on Thanksgiving, just FYI. That's not happening. And then
that's a tough one.
Yeah, and then the next time I won't be streaming will be towards the end of December because I have my wedding, and then it's like the Christmas week, so it won't be happening during that time. So probably the next time I won't stream, we should be good all the way until the 18th of November should be fine. We'll skip the 25th. Then we'll do December 2nd, December 9th, and then not December 16th because that's my wedding travel day. Because then the Indian wedding ceremonies start on that Friday. So, yeah. So starting the 16th of December until the New Year, we won't have any. Yeah, I am excited. Mm-hmm. Just in case, Karma, if you are listening, I am very excited. She knows I'm excited. Yeah, I'm honestly more excited for it to be done, to be frank. Like, if you haven't, like, for those of you that haven't gone through the wedding stuff is just a pain in the butt. Like, I know what it's for. There's, like, religious implications. So I'm like, for the blessing of God and making it all, like, thing, I'm like, okay, I will do this. But if that wasn't the case, and if it wasn't for, like, parents really being invested in their kid and, like, you know, they're celebrating it. That's what they want to do. Karma and I would have just eloped. We would have been done.
I feel like it was 7-8 months of a lot of work to building up to it for it to go like 10 minutes, and it was like a whirlwind. Mm-hmm. I think I talked to like 5 people. It was like by the time I got around to the next table, like it was like time to go home. I was like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. It's a big thing that you hurry up and then you wait and then it gets there and it's just like, what happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's craziness. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but yes. And then Eric B says, thought we agreed to stream the wedding. So here's the thing. Okay? So here's the thing. Actually, the wedding is going to be streamed.
Oh.
But not to the public. So what's going to happen, just as a FYI, is we have family that are in India and then really can't come because of COVID. right? And we feel bad not inviting them. And we're only inviting like first degree relatives, but there's so many like friends of family and second degree family, and like they're in other countries and there's like travel restrictions. So how the hell are they gonna like plan to come, right? So instead, we kept the wedding a little smaller. However, we are gonna give a virtual invitation to our close friends and family that we're not able to invite. Are gonna get a link to a stream that will have both the wedding and then a different stream for the reception. So it is going to be streamed, just not to everybody. Like I'm not putting it up for everyone. But there will be certain people that will get access. And of course, if once I find her, she will be one of them. She's just kind of missing in action right now. But once I find her, she will be one of them. But yeah.
Oh, McPhee. Miss you, McPhee.
I know. I sent her a text. I let her know we miss her. She's trying to get everything together, but yes. So yes, Airship Pirate, I will be streaming the reception. It's just not a publicly public thing. It's just gonna be
the bunker.
On
this edition of the Bunker.
Oh God. The underground wedding stream.
Nice.
I will, however, in the new year, share some pictures. Okay, how about that? I will share some pictures on stream. Will there be a bunker setup? No. we were like debating, right? It was a heated argument. We were debating between having a wedding on a beach or the bunker. And it was really close, but we ended up going with the beach.
That must have been that was probably at least a week-long decision right there.
Yeah, we had one of those we had those weighted scales, and we had the checkers pieces that we were putting on and waiting. Like it was balanced out for a really long time, and then at the very end, beach took it. But it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like, what weighs more, 1,000 pounds of feathers or 1,000 pounds of bricks? That tough of a decision.
Aerith is like, Delete's head looks funky. Stop wearing clothes that blends with the green screen. It's not his fault. So, in case you didn't, it's not. That's actually not the green screen's fault. That is not the green. So here's what we are doing. I'll show you. If you move your head down, Delete. Yeah, I'll show you what's happening, Aerith. Because what happens is I actually have a green screen, right? So let me start there. I actually have a green screen. Delete does not. So what Delete has is actually, let me see, this one I believe is, yeah, this one should be Delete's. No, this one's mine. This one is Delete's. So what Delete has actually is is one of those like Team Zoom like background changers, and he changes his background to green, and then I green screen it. So here's some of the magic of television that you guys get to see here. So I'm green screening the background. So actually what's happening with Delete is actually Zoom's fault. Zoom is not recognizing his hat as part of him. It's assuming that the hat is part of the background and then eliminating it. So,
which is strange, because I think it's just because I'm wearing a white hat. Normally I have like a navy or like a black hat on, and the white I think is just throwing it off. So it's now two colors.
Because it's seeing the dark of your brim, and it's assuming that is the top of your head. So every time you move, it assumes everything above it is part of the background. So it thinks your head shape is that brim and then below. So that's why.
My Bethpage State Park black golf course hat.
And your background is probably a lighter color, if I remember correctly. So that's why it's assuming. Is your wall behind you like a cream? It was like a creamish white, right?
It's like almost like an army green, but like darker. It's kind of a weird color.
Okay.
It's like a brown green.
But then
it's also the picture. The picture's back there. I don't know. It can't be easy.
Like the dress. Is this white or is it blue?
If that dress was blue. That dress was so blue.
Not for me.
I got white and gold.
White and khaki. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? We're doing that right now. You know what? We're going on a cosign right now. We're just gonna look it up right now. Let me open up a browser. I'm opening up a browser. We're gonna look at it right now. See what it looks like.
What did it come out? It was just because my eyes are basically damaged. Our eyes are damaged. I must have been staring at the sun too long when I was a kid.
Apparently.
Crazy how that worked out.
Mhm.
And then that dress sold out in like 48 hours or something like that.
Yeah. Of course it did. Okay. Blue or gold dress. Okay. Let's go bring this up.
There it is. There's that blue and gold dress. Ah, blue and gold. Ah, see that? That's white and gold.
No, that's blue and it's gold.
Nope.
Yes, this is actually black. It's light reflecting off of it to make it gold, but this is blue and black.
I got white and gold. Straight up.
It is not.
You
white.
might want to
It is
change.
blue.
You might want to check your monitor there, Finn.
So here's the thing, right? So here's a way to check. Okay, I can show you a potential way to check here. I'm gonna see if I can. So we won't do it on stream because it just takes a while. You can literally take that picture, put it into Photoshop, and then run the RGB analysis on it, and see what the color pigments are. You can literally take the picture and put it into the pigments, and you'll see there's more blue.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna believe a machine.
Apparently, this $1,300 iPhone is wrong.
Mm-hmm. It is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Photoshop knows where it's at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me trust the program that is used to alter photos.
Mm-hmm. That's why it knows. It knows how to alter it. It knows I would have done a much better job making it white than these people. Just saying.
Sounds like it's a program just to create fakes. So it's a fake program to create fake programs.
Aerith is saying my eyes see white and gold. Well, your eyes are wrong. See, this is white. White is right on the side here. This is blue. White, blue, white, blue, white, 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 blue, white, blue.
I see white, gold, in the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
The sun is actually white. Like, this is white screening right there. Just telling you. Yeah, I see white and gold too. It's right down here. You see, there's the gold, and there's the white. You see, it's right here. I can see it too. Just saying.
The sound one was pretty creepy too. The sound one was probably more creepy.
Which sound one?
There was one where it was just like it was saying a word, and it was like jumbled up, and depending on your hearing, you would hear one thing, and it would say the next, and it'd be like something. What was it? It was just like
simple. Is this it? Take the test here. Is this it? No, these are like an actual word creativity test. It's not that one.
No.
What is the word test? Now I have to look to see what exactly is this confusing word test. Yeah, I don't know what I don't think I've done this before.
Oh yeah.
You can't unhear it once you know. I haven't done it, so I'm just trying to find it. If you know what it is, Aerith, let me know. I do not know what it is.
I'm trying to like Google it.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. The audio equivalent of the white and gold, black and or blue or
audio
blue and black dress.
Equivalent of blue and black dress.
Yanny or Laurel.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I see the thing where it's Yanny or Laurel. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can find. Okay, there it is. Let me see if I can. Okay, don't play it. Let me see if I can move here. It's just like an ad-filled crap on the news, of course. Of course, because where you expect ads is always on a news site. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys with audio so you can hear it as well. I don't know if it'll still let me do the Zoom stuff. No, it should. Why did Mako drop? Let me see. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can... I lost Mako. Sorry, Mako. I lost you just for a minute, but you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Am I echoing at all?
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do this. I think this stops the echo. Okay, am I echoing now?
Nope.
Okay,
No.
perfect. So, let me see. I'm going to go to this, and let's see if I can hear this. If it plays. Well, that's not working. Okay, let me try this. Yanni or Laurel. Let me see if they have it. Okay, here we go. No, don't add me. What the hell's going on with this? It's like spazzing out the browser.
Laurel.
That says Laurel.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
there are
saying
people
Laurel.
out there that hear Yanni.
Let's just okay. So is Laurel correct? I hear Laurel.
I heard Laurel.
Okay. So if Laurel is correct, let's just make a simple assumption here, okay? Finn is right about the blue and black dress. That's just I got Laurel right. If that's the equivalent of the blue and black dress, then I win. Okay? It is that simple. I win. We're just gonna make that assumption right now. I mean, that makes the most sense, I think. Mm-hmm. Just say,
Oh,
see,
you muted yourself.
Aerith is saying, oh, sorry, I have to. There we go. Aerith, I have to say this. Do you say, how on earth did someone get Yanni? I say the same thing about you guys with the white dress. Mm-hmm.
So here it is. Older adults tend to start losing their hearing at the higher frequency ranges, which could explain why you would only hear Laurel. But his 8-year-old daughter could hear Yanni.
But the word was actually Laurel.
It's basically like a frequency. It's two frequencies overlaid, two things that basically sound frequencies or sound waves basically. And depending on how new your ears are or how healthy your ears are, you will hear Laurel if you're not that healthy, and Yanni if you're like brand new.
But what is it actually saying?
It says both. The same file says both at different frequencies. And typically the higher frequency...
See, it says, there is a definitive answer. Laurel. Sorry, Team Yanni, but multiple news outlets have confirmed that the infamous audio clips from the vocabulary.com, where it serves as pronunciation feature, is the word Laurel. So somebody actually clipped it from Laurel, and they hear Yanni. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's not my fault. That's other people hearing it wrong.
This poll says 42% hear Laurel, and 52% hear Yanni, out of a little bit over 1,000 people.
Oh, look, the different news article about the dress. Remember, the dress is actually blue and black, though most people saw it as white and gold. So guess who's right with everything? Just assume. I'm telling you, it'll save you a lot of time. See, right here. Eric B is saying it's Terry.
When this first came out, all I could think of was Jim Carrey and Liar Liar with the pen is red.
Oh, classic movie.
Just telling you guys should just assume. Just assume I'm correct. I'm telling you. No, part of it is, at least for me anyways, right? I do so much with graphics and stuff that I have to train my eyes to understand the colors. To like try and replicate like similar colors and all of that. So I was pretty sure it was blue just because there's certain tints on there to me that don't make sense with white. You can over brighten it and then get it, but this one just seems like regular sunlight, so it seemed like blue. But there you go. See, The correct answer is listen to Finn. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, right? It's foolproof. Because if you listen to Finn and you get it right, you're fine. If you listen to Finn and you get it wrong, then you blame Finn, which is the whole credo of RSG. So either way, you are set. I'm telling you. Just go along with what Finn says and you're safe. You have like full coverage on everything. Mm-hmm.
Fair assessment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it saves you time. Why bother with the headache of coming up with your own opinion? Just listen to Finn and then blame him if it's wrong.
Because then I have to follow. I don't really like following. Unless I don't know where I'm going.
Eric B, the goddamn pen is blue. That is a... Oh, they have some other ones too. What is this? The ambiguous image? Okay, let's see what the ambiguous image is.
Is this the one where it's like, oh, do you see the old lady or
no? It's the duck or the
young
rabbit.
Girl?
It's the duck or the rabbit.
Oh yeah. I've seen them both. I saw the duck first, and then I saw the rabbit.
Yeah, I saw the duck first and then the rabbit, but I see both as well. Neither of which really seems correct because the duck doesn't have this pointy of a beak, nor are the ears of a rabbit really that much. So that's one. This one is either the vase or the face. Like the two faces.
Oh yeah.
So it is supposed to be the vase, but what is this? I don't know what this is.
Is it the old lady or the new lady chick? That picture?
No, this is similar though. It's similar, but it's with a bird, or so it's either the guy being eaten by a bird when it's this way, or when it's upside down, there's a fish and the guy in the boat with an island.
Huh.
So I can see that. That one's interesting. These are interesting visual images.
That's the famous one.
This is the
old lady.
Yeah, it's either the old lady or the young woman. So yeah, let me see if there's some other. We'll go back. Let's see. Go back. When I go back in this browser, I don't even know how to go back in this browser. What is this? There we go. Okay. Let's see. Where was the links? No, I went back too far.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah. Especially with this, because I'm not on like oh, there it is. Okay. The dress. No. Okay. Well, I think we've completed what we needed to. We have sufficiently derailed ourselves.
Yeah, that is one of the longer tangents we've ever had.
I know. And it was a very heated discussion too. Just saying, it was a very heated.
Yeah. I mean, it just ended up with us, convinced that you have no idea what you're talking about, and it's white and gold, and we're just willing to disagree.
I don't. Eric B, clear your SOS notifications. I don't even use this thing except for streaming because I play on my actual phone. This is just for streaming purposes. So yeah, don't worry about the notifications. It's fine. Just don't worry about everything is fine. Everything is fine. We're good. But politicians around the world are trying to figure out how to get the blame Finn deal so they can say whatever they want with no accountability. Nobody is stopping them. Honestly, invite me to the White House, right? Make it a closed door meeting. Put me under an NDA. And then, anytime something happens, just say, well, we had a conversation with Finn and let's leave it at that. That's it. That's all you have to do. Nobody's stopping them. Just invite me to the White House. It is very simple. I'm just saying. That's all you need to say. I mean, there's really nothing else with it. Or one day, elect me into office, and then I can be in the White House, and then I'll do it myself. I blame myself. That should be my campaign. That should be my campaign slogan. Just like every presidency.
Thoroughly blame myself.
Yeah, just like every presidency, something will go wrong. But don't worry, I am here for the American people to blame me. So 4 more years if I blame Finn.
Is a Super Mario movie coming out?
There is. And like
Nothing
Chris
with famous
Pratt,
people.
it's actually Chris Pratt
Jack
is
Black
playing
is Bowser.
Yeah, and Charlie Day is gonna be Luigi. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm gonna love Mario, Luigi, and Bowser, just straight up. That is gonna be epic.
That's so wild.
Sorry about that. But yeah, I am really looking forward to the Mario movie. And and Chris Pratt was saying it should be really funny. So hopefully it will be, because at least I trust those actors versus the old Mario movie, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not so great. Yeah.
Not so great. I mean,
You know, a lot of people. I mean, I like the Sonic movie. I think the Sonic movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for movies for my kids or whatever, but I was like, oh, this is not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, the live action stuff isn't bad. It just depends on how they do it. I still say Lion King was great. So Lion King is like my favorite Disney movie, but I judge it by one scene in particular. The Mufasa dying scene. If that brings a tear to my eye, the scene where Simba is there with his dad dying after he got run over and everything, right? If that scene brings a tear to my eye, then it's a good movie. And the live action did that. I was like, yep, this is a quality remake. It's a very simple thing.
You're not missing much, Buzz.
Juggernaut Finn will be the reason Brondo becomes a thing. What's Brondo? Wait, why?
Marlon Brando?
That was my first thing. What the hell is Brondo? I am confused now. What is Brondo? Did I say Brondo? What is Brondo? But there was a Mario movie. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like Mako said, just be happy. Google White Lion. Oh, it probably is. I'm sure a lot of things are based off of anime.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just go on another tangent here. So I've been watching an anime on Netflix that's actually really good, and a new set of episodes came out today. It's called The 7 Deadly Sins.
Yes.
New
Heard about
episodes
it,
came
but
out
I
today.
haven't- Oh.
It's like
I'll
every
check that
Thursday, I think they release episodes or something like that.
What did I start watching? I started watching The White Lotus, actually. It's like a dark comedy. It's okay. HBO Max show. It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, it's really good." And I'm like, I see a lot, where it's like Lucifer. I finished all of Lucifer and Money Heist, and I don't know, what was the other one? Oh, Manifest.
I still have to
They're
watch
all
that.
okay.
I have those on my
To watch list.
yeah, on my watch list. But yeah, the episodes came out, so I still have a few episodes now to watch. There's I think like 5 or 6 episodes came out today.
Nice. I read the entire series on manga, so
nice.
It gets pretty cool.
Okay, I have not read it, so I'm just watching it. So
I just discovered that Netflix has the whole Jaws series, so I watched Jaws 1, 2, and 3. Yes.
Solid.
yeah.
How many ways can you kill a shark? And then they brought out Sharknado.
Which is just a classic. It is.
It's so good.
So what is okay? So general question for chat: what is your favorite thing on Netflix? Just flat out. It can be a movie. It can be a series. What is your favorite thing on Net? And I don't even want to restrict it to Netflix. Netflix would be the primary choice. However, on any of the streaming services, what is your favorite original show? It has to be an original show. It can't be one that's repeating on the thing. So mine would be Hoarders, but Hoarders is not a stream exclusive. So yeah. So Eric B is saying Stranger Things. Buzzsaw is saying Queen's Gambit. I've heard good things about both of those. I've not seen either, but I have not seen them. I have gone more the route of anime lately. So there's one that's called Ragnarok, which I've really gotten into. It finished its first season.
And you like it?
Yeah.
It queues up as one of the things that I'm supposed to really like, kind of thing, and then I never get into it.
I think it's a really good anime, personally. And the first season's actually pretty good. It leaves you in a good state, and there's like little cliffhangers in the plot and everything. So I do like the Ragnarok. Eric B is saying Baku is dope. I do have Baku on my list. What was that, Mako?
I've heard good things about Records of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
There's actually, I got sucked in because I'm really big into Greek mythology and Norse mythology. So there's a show on there. It's actually Norwegian originally, but it's dubbed in English on Netflix, and it's actually called Ragnarok. It's actually pretty cool, where gods are reincarnated as like teenagers. So.
Oh. Yeah, the premise of this one.
That's the Netflix show.
Oh, maybe that one.
I've seen.
Yeah, this is an anime where basically the gods are going up against humans in a battle royale.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's actually really cool. It was actually like I love that so far. So far, it's done a very good job. So I've been happy with that one. I've also seen the Bob Ross documentary that was on Netflix now. The Bob Ross documentary.
So sad.
Good.
So sad for Stephen Ross.
I already knew that about it. I didn't know about his uncle.
Yeah.
That part was like, oh my god.
Cutting him out.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but weird. It is what it is.
That lady was so old. She was so old.
Annette is basically Carol Baskins. It's like the equivalent of Carol Baskins once you watch it.
Yeah, but like more evil.
Yeah, definitely more evil. She denies everything, of course, but yeah, no, evil.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I completely believe that, like, oh yeah, they had this random guy signing Bob Ross's signature on a bunch of shit that was in the warehouse. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh man, that's really mean. Mm-hmm. Really mean.
Yeah.
And then they glanced over it, but he literally did marry the his nurse at the end to try and steal back a portion of his company.
Yeah.
So sad. Mm-hmm. So sad.
Yeah, but then she signed it away too because she didn't want to deal with the lawsuits. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh man.
Carol Baskin syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say Stranger Things, especially being the show created for it. Unless now that HBO Max is a thing, unless you're going to go ahead and lump in all the HBO stuff.
Yeah, because Eric B is saying Titans on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Once we go outside of Netflix, it's pretty easy for me right now. The Boys on Prime is my favorite.
Yeah, Boys on Prime is pretty solid. I actually like the Hannah series.
Yep, I watched Hannah too. Mm-hmm. Jack Ryan is good, although they didn't do anything for a third season. I don't know if they're supposed to be or COVID got delayed. I haven't followed up on it.
I think it's COVID delayed. But even the movie good. With the fairies and the pixies and stuff like that, that actually wasn't even that bad with
Dark Crystal?
Yeah. Oh, Dark Crystal was solid too.
But yeah, but they dropped.
I haven't seen that. I remember watching the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The remake they did was pretty solid. It was it was the what's his name? Where he was in Pirates of the Caribbean, not Johnny Depp, but Legolas.
Oh, Orlando Bloom?
Orlando Bloom plays a detective.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
In a London setting, and it's fairies are real and fawns are real and stuff like that.
It's something Row, Carnival Row. That's what it is. Carnival Row.
Yeah. That was pretty solid too.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good show. Mm-hmm. The first season of Bloodline is really good.
I haven't seen that one.
That was probably one. It was one of the best. It was kind of up there for me. Seasons of shows. It would be Bloodline. Oh man, and what was the name of the show with Carrie and Homeland? First season of Homeland is what? Wow, mind blown. I would put that up there. The Witcher was pretty solid too.
I still need to watch the movie. I know the movie just got released on Netflix. I still need to watch it. That's on my watch list too.
I have not seen the movie. Yeah, didn't even know that was out.
I'll agree with that, Eric. Those are pretty spot on.
And I'm waiting to get that. So Disney Plus I am gonna get, and then probably gonna binge watch like the new Clone Wars, WandaVision. I still need to see what is it? The Captain America one.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I need to watch that one. And then Karma wants to watch Mandalorian, so we'll probably do that too. But I think that's going to be in the new year once we get the new house, and I think we're going to watch that.
Mandalorian is a solid season because you were just, it was an old timey show where it was released week to week.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was one of the only shows that I've waited to watch. Or that like I would watch immediately as it came on and then wait for the next episode.
But you notice a lot of places are changing their release now because of that. So most of them were used to like binge release. And now Disney Plus is doing the week to week. They did that with The Mandalorian, and now a bunch of them are just doing the week to week releases for some of their series.
It's awful. So. It's awful. It's so much. I'd rather it be binge than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is. It's because it's like it's not like ticket sales. Where you need them in a certain time because these things never go away. So as long as you watch them, it shouldn't matter when you watch them. Yeah. Unless they're trying to stop people from like buying Disney Plus for like 3 weeks, watching everything and then getting rid of it, which I don't see. You think I don't know. You think people do that? Then you're going to do that? I'd rather just give you my pass.
Did.
It's
what I did. So the other season of Mandalorian, Mandalorian season 2, I literally wait for it to be completed or just before the last episode got released. Then I watched all the Mandalorian. I watched Clone Wars because I hadn't seen Clone Wars season 9. And then the last episode of the Mandalorian came, but then I canceled it after a month. Because it's just one of those things that I don't need every service, right? I would rather, and I find myself watching more in Prime and Netflix. But Prime, I keep all year round. Primarily, Prime, I would also do the same thing if it wasn't for the Amazon benefits. So Prime, I'm keeping for that reason. So I will periodically just go through there. But the content is better on Netflix. So Disney, I kind of binge watch everything because there's not something that keeps me, so far, there hasn't been anything that keeps me on like a week-to-week basis, nor is the content deep enough that I have not seen it. That's the other thing. Disney stuff I have been watching since I've been growing up. So I have seen basically all the Star Wars movie, all the Disney movies, right? I've seen a lot of the TV shows and everything they put on there. So there's no kind of new content versus Netflix has like all these like original things that I just haven't seen. So if I ever get bored, I'm like, okay, I'll watch this one. So that's the main difference for me between it. So I do. I'll say I actually do like the content in Disney Plus more than Netflix, but I've just seen so much of the Disney Plus that it's not something I would watch just to get something new in my free time.
Yeah. It's, what it is? It is Disney Plus is probably the worst interface because Disney Plus has all of their entire catalog. But if you're just scrolling for stuff to watch, it doesn't even touch probably 5% of it.
Yeah,
but if you search for it, you'll find it. Like if you wanted to see like some really obscure Western that Disney came out with in like the 20s, it's there, or probably not the 20s, but you know what I'm saying?
No, they probably did. They probably like remastered it and put it on there. So
yeah, it was like, what was I watching? Flight of the Intruder? I was like, oh, love this movie. And I was like, I came across it, I was looking for something else. And I was just like, oh, check this out. I was like, Casey, I told my son we were going to watch it. He hated it, but, I loved it. So it's like, all right, I didn't watch it on your iPad then. Beat it. Screwy. So
I do that with my son all the time. Like, I'll go through and like get the ones I watched when I was in middle school. Like, oh, Sky High's on there. Or it's like, oh, sweet, I watched this is like 8th grade. Put it on. My kids over there like, this is dumb. I'm more like, what?
You're dumb.
That is still like the biggest shocker to me is when you see some of the stuff that we used to watch in like prime time that was like a main show is now on like what we used to think as the old people channel. So when like Family Matters, which was like the primetime TGIF Friday night like family show with Urkel and everything. When Family Matters is on TV Land, I just feel bad. Like, really?
Yeah.
It's just that's a TV Land show. And I think it might have been the Hallmark Channel that was having like Saved by the Bell. Like, that was my TV show growing up, and now it is on like some like obscure like old TV show channel. It's like, really?
And the reboot's happening, and everyone looks awful.
Yeah, not a fan of the reboot of that one, but no, not a fan of the reboot in that one, but yeah, just being able to see the other stuff, it was, and they still show the ones that I considered old at the time. That's the thing. So it's like Family Matters, plus I can watch Sanford and Son, which was just like a fun show for me to watch growing up. And it's like, and Good Times. Like, okay. So I can watch Good Times, Sanford and Son, and Family Matters. One of those.
I always used to know that, like, when My Three Sons came on TV Land, it was like, I gotta go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm in a bad place right now if this show's on. Just remember, like, the black and white feet dancing as the intro to that show, and I was just like, oh my God, I gotta go to bed. I've got work tomorrow. My Three Sons is on. It's like the world was ending.
You have something, Mako?
I'm just waiting on Amazon Prime's The Lord of the Rings series they're making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that thing has got the highest budget I've ever seen in a show. Like, ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon literally does not bother with price tags when it comes to show. Like, Carnival Row was like, wow, this is like movie quality in a show that probably isn't even going to get picked up again. You know, like, it was like, wow, everything's done like to the nines. You know, it's just like, this is weird. And The Boys is the same way.
Yep.
You know, and it was just like, wow. And then what was the other show that they came out with that was like a superhero show that just tanked? Jupiter's Legacy.
Yep, on Netflix.
Yeah, and it was like that show came out, and it was like, oh, the effects on this are awful because of The Boys. You know, it was just like, okay, this is like a TV sitcom, like a Channel 7 sitcom, you know, on Netflix, as trying to be superheroes, and that's what an actually superhero show is, and it was just like, okay, that's bad. So yeah, it's Amazon's really, you know, their production quality is intense. Even like for stuff, what was the other show? Not Homeland, Homecoming. You guys see that?
Mm-mm.
It's a show about, basically it's like military officers with post-traumatic stress disorder. They're trying to figure out a way to treat them. And there's this one guy that basically grows a plant that kind of, you know, makes it, will take away some of the effects, but it's also got some side effects. And it's like the whole workings of that. And that was a pretty good show. I'd actually recommend that. It's got 2 seasons. The first season is better than the second. But they're both pretty good.
Sorry, I'm looking something up right now because Eric B said something interesting. Buzzsaw said something interesting. I'm pretty sure they can't air All in the Family. And I just looked up on my Spectrum guide, and they are playing All in the Family on some like obscure channel.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a great show.
It's a really good show. It's just a very easily cancelable show.
Yeah, because it was made
even
for the
though
time that
everything
it was
in
there.
it's like everything that's in it's kind of like well, I mean,
yeah, it was made during a time where some of that was like normal, but
yeah, I mean, it kind of humanized people that felt that way.
Yeah,
you know.
And actually gave the spin-off of The Jeffersons, which showed like success too in some ways. So
yeah, it's true. Jeffersons. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then Eric B said thoughts on the new Matrix. I think I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Keanu Reeves movies always have a You know, like I even watched The Lake House, which was, it's actually not as bad of a movie as people kind of say it is. I mean, it was kind of like, wait, what? All right, well, yeah, I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
It's a movie, you know. But the only thing that I haven't seen is the newest Bill and Ted's, which I heard was actually, you know, I mean, for what it was, you know, I heard it wasn't really that bad. They say, but my buddy that saw it said it was better than the newest Coming to America.
I don't think that's a really high standard though, but
no.
I saw the Coming to America, the second one. It was okay. It was okay. The first one still had kind of that classic, but the second, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
not bad, not like Dumb and Dumber bad, but yeah.
You know,
Dumb and Dumber 2
places.
and Dumb and Dumberer were just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just left the original. Yeah, Buzzsaw saying some of the things that Archie said. Yes, he was also ridiculed in the show for saying those kind of things, right? And let's just be honest here. The stuff that Archie said does not even compare to some of the things that are being said in some music right now.
Right.
Like it's not like it's anything original at all. I think people just get offended because they can get offended. Like the stuff that's in there, it isn't like stuff that normal people say, but it's designed as entertainment, and it's not to promote it. It actually like was against it. Like it was actually shown as him being ignorant. Like that was the whole thing. He was ignorant and racist. That was the whole concept. It's not promoting it. It was actually belittling his actions. But that's part of the entertainment. Is how everyone dealt with Archie because he was such like a bigot, basically, is what he was.
Yeah. I mean, the unfortunate part is, you know, that was like the Everybody Loves Raymond, where home life for a lot of people was exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, the young son kind of looking at their dad saying crazy shit and being like, Dad, you're just going to be like that, and you know, for the rest of your life kind of stuff, you know? Like that was like everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, wow, this is how I relate. You know, it was that, and it was like it was Roseanne. You know, Roseanne was that kind of like for a lot of people where it's like, holy shit, you know, I've got two parents busting their ass and they don't really make a lot of money and everything's kind of run down. And we just kind of get by and just say snazzy shit to each other, you know, and say that we love each other kind of thing. And it was like those are the relatable, you know, TV shows, just as relatable as Michael J. Fox's show.
Family Ties.
Family Ties. You know, it was like Family Ties for a lot of people were like, wow, people used to look at that show and be like, wow, that's what life's supposed to be like? And they still have issues. That's crazy. You know, it was like, oh, you got the house, kid's smart, blah, 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 dad's doing this, wife's doing this, everything looks so perfect. And then, but they're still dealing with issues, you know? So I think people need to see that. Because, I think, you know, it makes it easier to develop empathy when you can see it, you know? When you can see it and you can start to experience it in smaller doses, it's definitely a lot easier to kind of smooth things over when you're experiencing it firsthand. So, I mean, I wish there were better sitcoms. Everything now is, you know, it's superheroes. It's you know, a lot of it's really kind of taking the place.
Like PC and stuff in those, right? It's like it's made up. It's easier to deal with. So we lack like realistic sitcoms now, or they just go like over the edge sometimes.
Yeah, touching subjects, you know, is unless the only thing that people really like to kind of come across now is like, having a gay family member, or you know, or showing something gay or trans, you know, or kind of like being non-binary and things of that nature are like things that are becoming popular, which is good because you got, you know, the only way to kind of like accept it is to see it and be like, oh, it's not that bad. This person being this way does not ruin my life at all, you know, which prior to like seeing it, people thought, wow, this will just, oh man, we got a gay person moving in. It's going to ruin our taxes. You know, it's like, wait, what? My home property, the property taxes are going to just, value of my home is going to be shot. It's like, what? You know, I mean, once that's gone, then it's like everything else just gets that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's awful. I really do wish shows like that, because they were just, I mean, everyone points to, Arnold and his friend getting abused by the photographer, and it was like the most touchy thing ever touched by TV was this, like, oh my God, this kid's getting touched by this guy. And it was like, and I remember my dad seeing that episode, like just that 15 minutes, and was like, Dave, if that ever happens to you, you tell me. You don't do that. If you're always in, because there was just so much more freedom with kids. Like it used to be like, all right, don't come home until the streetlights are on. Play wherever you want. Yeah, go ahead, go out. It's not that big a deal. The world's a safe place. And then it was just like, oh wow, there is crazy stuff that can happen.
Now you're doing background checks on your neighbors to see if your kids can play with them. Like
seriously. And those people are like emailed to me like, hey, you got a new person moving into your neighborhood like 6 miles away, and it's like, that's not my neighborhood, and that's awful. You get those emails from what's that law? Not Katie's Law. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but there's a law that you have to like inform whenever, something.
Yeah, you have to like register. You're a registered sex offender. And you'd be like, this is where you last lived. This is what you did. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, let's do a quick comparison.
At that point,
you're right that the Willis
do that for everyone.
Yeah, the Arnold episode with the photographer and everything, and I can't remember the name of the show right now.
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes, yes. So in Different Strokes, that episode was cutting edge, right? Fast forward a few years, now we have Law and Order SVU, where like every week.
Yeah, someone's getting their life completely destroyed.
Like, I mean, I understand it. You have to like be able to at least like watch it to make it so it's something people are aware of. You can deal with it. You know how to deal with it, because the more you leave it in obscurity, right, the more that it stays obscure. People don't ask for help. People don't address it. But to always like shut everything down because it offends like 5 people is kind of nonsense. But that's what's happening. So yes, I love All in the Family. I still do. It was a great show. It's just, yeah. Did Delete just put a thumbs up?
I wouldn't know how I did that.
You got rid of it. There. Yeah, you just gave like a thumbs up and that's it. A little thumbs up came on the screen for Delete.
I know whenever I go like this, it always says, you're about to raise your hand. And I'm like, I'm not about to raise my hand.
Oh, you have a recognition thing set up for Zoom. That's why. Yeah. Give another thumbs up on the screen. Yeah. You have a Zoom recognition thing that's recognizing your hand in order to do the gestures.
Cutting edge.
Can you do a thumbs down? Let's see if there's a thumbs down. No, it doesn't like negativity. I don't think it likes negativity. It only wants positive. It only wants positive. Give us another thumbs up.
If it would have did that, or it would have did news, or
Give another thumbs up. Give another thumbs up. There you go.
It's pretty quick.
Eric B, flip it off.
Pretty quick.
No, we don't need to flip it up. We don't need to have Delete flipping it off. I don't think it's gonna show up.
If I flipped it off, it'd probably just cut me out of the Zoom.
Yeah, you just gonna have it'll look like the same thing. It's just like the finger will disappear in the green screen. It just knows.
Seriously. That's so funny.
Okay. Well, we have gone on a tangent. I left the definition of tangent up here for you guys the entire time, just so you know. We are like completely on a tangent here. But hopefully you guys had a fun evening. It was a fun bunker. We didn't really have a lot going on in game. There were a few things we addressed. We're getting closer to the October timeframe where they're going to do the state merger. So hopefully that turns out well. Thank you to all of you guys that joined in the chat. We love having you guys. I still have some stuff that I'm working on, so hopefully you guys will be able to see some of that before the end of the year. But before we sign off, let me give Mako and Delete a chance. So, Mako, any last words for everyone watching?
Hoping next week we got something for the merger, because it's already October 1st, next week, Friday.
Indeed. Delete?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on in game. And hopefully things start to level out. I feel like there's kind of been just a nonstop. And my account's been suffering for it. That's for sure. There are skins that I was like, I didn't get the Migo skin, and I'm not gonna get the Yith skin. So, I'm falling behind. So that's just because there's just too much in game. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Indeed. And so with that, I am Finn with Reality Skewed Gamers. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another Thursday evening. We will be back next week for another Bunker Underground. And with that, we are signing out. Take care, guys.
Rock on, Alan.